So this one right here comes with all the bells and whistles. We're going to need to factor out this 2. It's got a horizontal shift or phase shift. It's going to be inverted because of this negative. That's going to be the amplitude, and then it got shifted down. So let's start first by factoring. So factor out a 2. It's going to leave x minus 1 in parentheses. All right, that part's done. Then start gathering the x information, or the information for the x-axis, the y information. So x information would be, first of all, the period. So for sine, the period is 2 pi. And then because of this 2 right here, it's going to get divided by 2. So that will be pi. Next, the phase shift, or in other words, the horizontal shift, that's this number right here after we did the factoring. Because this is a minus, it actually shifts it to the right. So move it to the right by 1. Then for the y information, there's amplitude. That's going to be this number right here without the negative. So just the 3. And then there's also a vertical shift. And because this is a negative, it means move it down by 2. Okay, so I'm going to use the interval notation. Because of the period, it's going to be that x is between 0 and pi. That takes care of number 1. Number 2, shift that to the right, which means add 1 and add 1. So it's going to be between 1 and pi plus 1. There's the x information. Now for the y information. Because of the amplitude, that means it's going to range between -3 and +3. Then move that information down by 2. So subtract 2 and subtract 2. So the y's will be between -5 and 3 minus 2 is 1. Now I'm ready for the graph. So x is going to go from 1 until pi plus 1. The y's are going to go from -5 to a +1. And this number right here is going to be what goes in the middle. So now I'm ready to make the red box. So it's going to go across like this at a height of 1, across like this at -5, down like this, and then right here in the middle is -2, and then just cut this in half so that we have 4 rectangles. Now make the sine graph, but because of this negative, it needs to be inverted. So usually sine would start here and then go up first and then come back down. But because of the negative in front, it's going to start here, it's going to go down first, and then up until it reaches the top of the box, and then back down, and it will finish in the middle. Let's see if I did this one right. Y equals, oh, good job, calculator, thank you. So right here is an example of the difference between this and this. So even though right here on the page they're written the same, they mean 2 different things. That's -2 and that's subtract 3. So I first need to start with -2 and then subtract 3. Sine, that's not sine, sine 2x minus 2. Then change the window to look like this. X is going to go from 1 until pi plus 1. And y is going to go from a bottom of -5 to a top of 1. And then it should draw a sign starting in the middle and going down first. Starting in the middle, going down first, just barely hits the bottom of the box, hits the top of the box, and then finishes in the middle. Good job, calculator. You did it right.